Hello, thanks for joining me for another beer review then. So today we've got a beer from Widowmaker Brewing, and these guys are out of Massachusetts, and this is a can of their road trip to the Inferno. So this is a West Coast IPA, and it's coming in at 6.66%. I get what they did there. It's been out of the fridge a little while, the can's sweating a little bit, but yeah. Nice artwork there, and you could probably see that it's a collaboration beer with a brewery called Untold Brewing, also out of Massachusetts. So West Coast IPA then, 6.66%, 1 pint can. This was canned on the 31st of May 2023. I'm reviewing this on the 2nd or the 2nd of September, so we're 4 months down the line, but we'll go with it. It's not a problem. So there's a little bit of information here about the beer. What do we get to? So yeah, road trip to the Inferno. It's a West Coast IPA then, brewed in collaboration with Untold Brewing. It says that we recently spent some time down South Shore with our South Shore beer buds from Untold Brewing, took a deep dive into West Coast IPAs. We delved into differences and similarities in both our approaches, and in the end we tried to take a road neither of us have taken yet. They utilised Pilsner malt, heavy grist, and avoided crystal malts to impart a beautifully pale yellow colour to this beer. We celebrated bitterness on the hot side, and we went heavy-handed with dry hop of Raquel and Brow 1. The result is a perfect blend of west by northeast and a type of beer you want in your hand as the summer heat rises. So let's crack this open then. It's just about to get warm here in the UK at the time I'm recording, so now we're into September, most of the summer's gone and it's just starting to get warm. So we haven't really had much of a summer apart from like in June. But yeah, beer in the glass then. So first time I've had a beer from Widowmaker, and there's quite a few of these cans floating, well not this actual individual, from this brewery, cans floating around. There's a little bit of bubbles on that. So there we go, beer in a glass. So not your typically hazy beers you'd kind of expect, as it does say West Coast. Poured a finger of kind of a frothy head. It's not tightly packed bubbles or anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of a slightly hazed West Coast, old school West Coast if you like. But it did say West Coast meets Northeast, so there's a little bit of kind of to and fro going on there. I mean, Mountain IPA, cars that come to mind, but whatever. Into the light then, yeah. It's that kind of a yellowish orange, isn't it? It's, you know, that kind of deal. But yeah, swirl and a sniff then on this one. So you're getting a lot of kind of a light citrusy note, but then it's got more of a kind of a pine edge to it. Pale stone fruit, grapefruit for sure. Kind of a piffy grapefruit. More of a kind of a drying note on the nose, if that makes sense, which is coming across in my head. Yeah, smells really nice. Let's give it a try, see what it's all about. So cheers. They've got 4.5 minutes in. Okay, bit of a rasper, not full on, but yeah. It doesn't list the IBUs to this beer, so I wonder if it's 60.66 IBUs. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Slight kind of jammy, marmalade-y edge. Kind of like that in the West Coast. It's definitely got that. The bitterness is there. Kind of more in the background. Not sure if it's going to be one of them steady burns. It rises as you drink more of the beer. That can happen. Kind of a nice apricot jam thing going on there. Nothing too harsh, nothing too bold. Kind of a sweetness at the front there as well, which is really, really nice. And that kind of plays into that balancedness. And then you've got the bitterness towards the back end. But then you're left with this lovely kind of residual, kind of, as I say, apricot type jam on maybe a little bit of kind of like rye bread. Excuse me. There was a little bit of kind of that, as I say, rye bread. There is a little bit of kind of a background of a little bit of spice edge to it. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Nothing, you know, very subtle. Just gives it that little bit of oomph, you know, that goes well with that bitterness. But overall, really well balanced beer. Don't say much else about flavour notes, which is great. I don't know if it says anything on the can actually. Let me just pour the rest of this can in. I'm not expecting any kind of no, not in this kind of beer. Put that down a bit, see if there's anything on the can. I've noticed that, I mean, I've got a few kind of American beers the other day. I've got obviously these two, and I've got 3 or 4 others, and there's very limited information on the cans. It's been a while since I've picked up some American beers, well, as in like proper, you know, that aren't in supermarket type things. And there's just nothing on there. So store cold, buy cold, share cold. If this can is not cold, ask why. Probably because it's not been in the fridge. But there's no information there at all. A collaboration beer with Untold Brewing. So can't say I've heard of Untold Brewing. But obviously both breweries are out of Massachusetts. So I have to say I'm really, really digging it. I love the artwork. I think it's awesome. And what a great name. So one more taste then before we hit the road. It's a really tasty beer. It's more of an apricot jam West Coast type IPA with a lovely kind of balancedness, bitterness, a little bit of spice underlying all of that. And considering it's 4 months old, what a fantastic beer, for sure. So let me know if you've had this one before. So this is from Widowmaker then, Road Trip to the Inferno. Let me know if you've had it before. Awesome stuff. Thank you for watching then. You'll take care, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.